Warning. What I am about to show you is a crypto project that raised hundreds of millions of dollars, crashed 99%, and is still selling tokens to retail investors today. I invested $1,000. My tokens are now worth $2 or $3. I filed a complaint with the SEC. And BlockDAG is still running ads, still pushing urgency, still taking money. This is not a price prediction video. This is a warning. BlockDAG. Ticker BDAG. They call themselves a Layer 1 proof-of-work blockchain using directed acyclic graph technology. Sounds sophisticated. Sounds like the next Bitcoin or the next Caspa. But look at the numbers. The pre-sale started December 2023 and ran for over 2 years. 45 batches. The project publicly claims it raised more than $452 million. The promised listing price was 5 cents. The current price? Around $0.000026. That is a crash of roughly 99.94% from the all-time high of 40 cents. The total supply is 150 billion tokens. Let that sink in. 150 billion. With the token price at $0.000026, the fully diluted valuation still sounds large, but the actual market cap is hovering around $2 to $3 million. Compare that to the $452 million they claim to have raised. The math does not add up. The ICO ended in February 2026. The mainnet supposedly went live February 10th. The token generation event happened February 11th. 6 months later, in August 2026, the official BlockDAG website still advertises a quote crypto pre-sale/after sale unquote. They are still selling tokens. They are still using phrases like last chance and only hours left and global launch coming. The after-sale price has been advertised as low as $0.00000003. That is not a pre-sale. That is a fire sale into a black hole. Crypto pre-sales often operate in regulatory gray zones, through offshore entities, with anonymous or semi-anonymous founders. BlockDAG is run by DAG Systems Limited, registered in Samoa according to its own white paper. The founder Gurun Casillas was not publicly revealed until late 2025, after the project had already raised most of the money. Casillas has prior business history worth knowing about. His fintech company Lonistar was subject to a UK High Court compulsory winding-up order in April 2025. The UK Financial Conduct Authority had already issued a warning about Lonistar back in 2020. That is not proof BlockDAG itself broke any law. But it is a pattern of questionable business conduct. Then there is the legal picture. The Brazilian government did freeze $213 million in Tether across 48 wallets linked to Gurun Casillas, tied to alleged unpaid gambling taxes and unregistered crypto sales from earlier activities. I am not saying that proves BlockDAG itself is guilty of anything. But it is another warning sign on a project already covered in red flags. Then there is the casino. BlockDAG now promotes a casino platform. It claims offshore licenses from Gaming Curaçao and from Anjouan in the Comoros. Gaming Curaçao announced it was shutting down in August 2024. Anjouan and Comoros licenses do not authorize a casino to operate in the United States. No U.S. State Gaming Commission has licensed BlockDAG Casino. If U.S. residents are being allowed to gamble on the platform, that raises serious legal and ethical questions. Then there are the miners. BlockDAG marketed and sold X10, X30, and X100 mining rigs. Public research analyzing hundreds of thousands of Telegram messages found that as of May 2026, no community member had confirmed receiving a working unit. Around the same time, a project admin reportedly stated that miner sales had been stopped and that buyers might find units on third-party websites later. Taking money for hardware and not delivering it is not a gray area. It is a serious consumer issue. Then there is the Explorer. I checked BDAG Scan Live. It showed 0 active network nodes. 0. The latest blocks were producing every 25 to 30 seconds, but many blocks contained 0 transactions. The gas used was often 0. The average transaction fee was 0. A proof-of-work DAG network with 0 visible nodes is not normal. The top 10 wallets on the Explorer control roughly 39% of the visible supply. The single largest address holds over 13%. That is extreme concentration. The Ethereum bridge contract for BDAG shows only around 673 holders, even though the project claims 374,000 plus holders. Now compare BlockDAG to Kaspa. Kaspa is a fair-launched proof-of-work DAG project. No giant pre-sale. No 2-year fundraising campaign. No anonymous founder. Kaspa has a market cap around $690 million, real exchange listings, and a verifiable network. BlockDAG has a $2 million market cap and a $452 million marketing story. So what is actually happening here? The product is not the blockchain. The product is the token sale. Every new batch, every after-sale, every reset is another chance to extract more dollars from retail investors who see a cheap price and dream of a 30,000x return. The website, the urgency, the sponsored articles, the sports partnerships, the influencer network, all of it is designed to keep the sale going. If you are holding BDAG, you need to know what you are holding. If you are thinking about buying the dip, you need to understand that the dip keeps dipping because the supply machine keeps running. This is not a recovery story. This is a cautionary tale. And if you were affected by BlockDAG, you have options. You can report the token sale to the SEC. You can report the missing miners and casino activity to the FBI through ic3.gov, you can report consumer fraud to the Federal Trade Commission. You can contact your state securities regulator, your state attorney general, and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service if you paid for physical goods that were never delivered. You can also contact your state gaming commission if you believe the casino is accepting U.S. players without a license. The more affected people who come forward, the harder it is for regulators to ignore. Follow the money. Protect your capital. And do not let hope replace math.